Hey guys, welcome back to another video. All right, today we're talking aquariums in classroom, why every school should have them. Let's go. You guys know that I talk about my aquariums way too much, but there's a reason why I love them so much. Not only do I have a passion for it, but also I believe that they increase focus, increase responsibility of students, and also can even improve science skills, as well as team building and teamwork skills. So let's break it down and we'll go through them. Number one, scientific learning opportunities. Now this is very important. We can give them hands-on science across multiple fields of science, including biology, chemistry, and ecology. It can include things like life cycles, ecosystems dynamics, and can even include things like water chemistry. You can teach the nitrogen cycle from a tank, whether it's marine or freshwater. We can talk about animal behaviors. We can talk about fish spawning and plant growth and the use of photosynthesis and the light cycles that we have and the spectrums that we use. We can talk about how animals interact within ecosystems, talk about symbiotic relationships. Very, very important. We need to understand all of it. It's in our New South Wales science syllabus, so why don't you teach it through an aquarium? Point number two, a very important one for me, is promoting responsibility in students. I think giving them the opportunity to be responsible for a fish tank with fish in it that they've set up and they have some sort of ownership over is great for them to do. Obviously the daily tasks and routine and maintenance that is done on the tanks is important. They need to feed their fish, they need to clean the tanks, they need to maintain and monitor their tanks, as well as their fish health. That is a responsibility that they learn with the tank. And of course, when they do all that, they show ownership over it, even if it is just for a term. Three, teamwork skills, collaboration. Now, obviously, having one tank where one person is responsible for it is not ideal. You want multiple students to be responsible for a tank, and as a result, they work in teams, maintaining the tank. It's a really good project to, I guess, push for and make students work in a group or show some teamwork skills and resilience in their group. All right, number four, critical thinking skills. Now, it's one thing we try to push across all of our students is an understanding of what critical thinking skills are and how to do them. It's a bit like problem solving, right? So of course, managing an aquarium comes with the problems, I guess, that you've got to solve. So it might be, what happens if something goes wrong? You've got a sick fish, your water is out of whack or there's an imbalance in there. You need to research, you need to figure out solutions, and then you need to act on those to try and fix it. So if it's a fish that has signs of illness, it's not just about fixing the issue, it's about diagnosing the problem, looking at online sources, secondary sources to figure out what is going on, and then as a result, fix the issue, but ensure that it doesn't come back. That is problem solving and critical thinking in aquariums. My favorite one, I have an aquarium at home and I find it incredibly relaxing and good for my mental health. So, mindfulness and mental health. That is probably one of the biggest overarching one. There is a fish tank in the front office that is designed in front of where kids time out for them to de-stress. It's full of fish, swim back and forth. There is relaxation that comes with it. There is a calming effect. Science has proven that there is a calming effect, whether it's the bubbles, whether it's the fish themselves, or it's just the water movement. So it reduces stress, promotes mindfulness. It's obviously really important during exam times, high stress periods, but I guess that rhythmic movement of the fish and water can help them relax and also then in turn refocus into what they're actually doing. I find after students relaxing in front of a tank and I guess thinking about it and those calming behaviors and mindfulness that they're thinking about, when they come back to the lesson and to the class, they're more focused, they're more engaged in their lessons. So I feel like it gives almost like a break for the brain. You can just disconnect, enjoy the tank, and then when you come back around to reality, you're refreshed and ready to go. Now, the next one is kind of on the same kind of realm as the last, but it's all to do with enhancing social and emotional skills. So building empathy. They need to learn to understand the needs of their tank inhabitants. Fish are living creatures, or snails, whatever aquarium you've got, or turtles. They are a living creature, so it helps build empathy around living animals. That can be transferred across to humans. Whether it's the feeding component or the cleaning component, but you're looking after the well-being of something else, which can be a transferable skills to humans. Now, observing growth, the satisfaction of watching a tank evolve over time, plants growing, fish thriving, ecosystems developing, it fosters an understanding of patience as well as long-term thinking. So it's really rewarding to see something going on that's under their care that is doing well, and it reinforces the importance of consistency and, like I said before, patience. Okay, community engagement and school pride. That's how I've broken down the next one. So obviously it doesn't just benefit the students that are actually maintaining the tanks and have them in the room or the lab or the fish, wherever the space is, but it's school-wide engagement. Kids asking me questions and getting involved in this, students naming fish in the front office or coming to tell me if they observe something in the fish that's not going on. It creates a bit of engagement across the school that I think is kind of like a shared care and upkeep of everything. But as a school-wide project, school-wide things, everyone's going to enjoy it, everyone's going to learn from the tank. Building school spirit. Now let's talk about aquariums and how they can kind of be not a focal point at the school, but some sort of sense of pride being put into those aquariums that are at the school by students and obviously by staff as well. So if a new student has arrived at the school, in the front office there is a tank there. I think naturally people are drawn towards aquariums, so having that there obviously helps a student arriving at the school, as well as other students or guests coming in. And I think that kind of also takes the next step. It's like you've got this whole community of people that are now involved or engaging with aquariums at the school, whether it's just the one in the front office or they've come around the school and seen in the counsellor's office or down in the ag farm or in the lab and the marine tanks itself. Yeah, it just develops a really good sense of school pride about, like, not a centerpiece of the school environment, but it kind of helps to underpin initiatives about the environment. But the wider school community is really important, so having those connections with those as well obviously is great. Sharing them on social media, putting them in the school newsletter, it just creates a really good school spirit around the aquariums. Next number, I've lost count already. I think it's 6. I'm not too sure. I filmed this over a couple of hours, so I'm chopping and changing. Anyway, whatever the next one is, this is the number. STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. It's a big push at the moment in schools and for students to be understanding what STEM is. Obviously, having aquariums, whether they've got turtles, fish, eels, hermit crabs, whatever you might have in there, all of them relate to biology, to marine science, to ecology and veterinary care. There's a maths component, there's a chemical component. So it's important for them to be exposed to it early. So if you're a teacher watching this, consider bringing an aquarium into your classroom or into your school, because not only is it going to enrich the students' learning, but it'll also give them a really tangible way to connect with nature. It's important for them to follow through that connection with nature and the environment, which only is going to help the environment in years to come, which we know humans are not doing a very good job at the moment. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. I put some B-roll over the top of some relaxing fish tanks for you guys to enjoy while you're listening to me talk. But yeah, I've got an aquaponics video coming out soon with the setup and like a rundown of all that kind of stuff. It's just really windy and really cold today, so I can't really go out there because you wouldn't even hear me. So that'll be coming soon, but yeah, more videos to come. Thanks, guys.